Paul Adom Otchere ana ababe react ewo eye ensensema eye Captain Smart can edify eye the late eye honorable eye John Kumah eye ne death no ene ensema wo mo toto ede mane ne wife no neno ena eye Paul Adom Otchere set the record straight to Captain Smart. Now, Osha and we see James you could see that he's trying to school a Captain Smart or trying to say the proper journalism. This is how it should be done. Now, we see a Paul Adom Otchere and send some and I send some or the air to ya or try a the autopsy report. Nimu a tray a baby a year honorable John Kumah baby a sickness no a chassis a free hospitals or visiting both abroad and both internally baby occur from where to where and implications are yariano it's me the bread the side effects are yariano at the bread now after that and about a year John Kumah a year and wife a year Lillian Kumah and a Captain Smart and so and sense now say a trend was in time for you this war or call granting interview at there Captain Smart a information bia uncle a police station na uncle report so send a ya ye bakura udi say nyambra sem no ye beche no anase ye de na ebegina ye mmra kwa so na eno ena Captain Smart eba mountain so beka say John Kumah eye wife no ebe ya uncle pe be ntina because obi awuku na wu na wonam sesia na wo grant interviews eno ana Paul Adom Otchere say so these are
the protagonists we are talking about tonight. This is Mrs. John Kumah Lillian, the widow of John Kumah. We're really sorry about Madam. Please have our condolences, and we believe that all the constituents in Ejoso and Fumeso and Kwamo and Jache and Tikrum are all with you in this very difficult moment. Rest in peace, Honorable John Kumah. I can't believe that I'm standing here looking at John Kumah's photograph and saying rest in peace to him. I just can't believe it. This is God's brain Smart, who has been talking about allegations that Mr. Kumah had been deliberately poisoned, and that is what is happening. And Mr. Smart had even taken issue with the widow for saying that she was going to report him to the police for saying that. Nigel Gazy is also being called out by the widow as being someone who actually knows the couple very, very well, and being someone who was aware that Mr. Kumah was unwell and had prophesied with information that he was aware about. That's the allegation that Mrs. Kumah is sharing with us. But let's get on with the story and see where the rest occur. So this is the trajectory, the dates, the story. We've put the story out in the dates in which the things have occurred. And so here it is. So you can see it with me, viewers. Now, autopsy conducted on 8th of March revealed the following. 1. That Honorable John Kumah passed from multiple myeloma. We're going to understand what that means. If it is poison, we will know. If it's not poison, we will know. Whatever it is, we're going to know it on the screen right now in a minute. Number 2, he was diagnosed of this multiple myeloma in early 2023. Viewers, I think you can see that. That's very clear. He was diagnosed in early 2023. So we should get on with all of these issues. He was undergoing treatment at the University Hospital of Erlangen in Germany. That's where he was undergoing treatment, having been diagnosed in early 2023. If you look at our third point, Mr. John Kumah was undergoing treatment. So having been diagnosed, treatment had already started. And number 4, this even led the condition actually led, for those who knew him very, very well, they would have noticed that this treatment led to a fracture in his left arm, and all that occurred in 2023. The fracture in his left arm occurred in 2023. So from the data that we have covered here, from the information we have, which we have translated into this data for you, these are the 3 hospitals where Mr. Kumah was looked at and looked after. The first one is the University Hospital of Erlangen. You can Google it and see what their expertise are about the multiple myeloma as a type of blood cancer which was diagnosed in 2023 for the Honorable John Kumah. There's another hospital here. It's a hospital in Sweden. We don't have the name. When we have it, we'll share with you. And then, so the treatment processes were, some of these cancer treatments, they come in 8, 6, 12, sometimes, if you're lucky, 2, 17, whatever. So the treatment processes after the initial diagnosis was in 6-fold. And the 6 were carried out in these 3 hospitals. We are not sure yet how many were carried out in the German hospital, how many in Sweden, and how many in Accra. But here, the Accra Health Center was one of the 3 hospitals that worked on Mr. Kumah'S process. So viewers, this is the story. Where is poisoning and where is juju and where is political poisoning because somebody was looking for a position or somebody was rising as a political point? These are the facts of the matter that has happened. These are the real hard facts that any journalist who wants to look at the John Kumah story should be looking for, the real hard facts. Is that not what you look for as a journalist? The real hard facts, the incontrovertible facts, the facts that have been written by the experts, and then you can interrogate it. If the facts contradict each other, you can point out the contradictions. You can say that it's not true that John Kumah was diagnosed in 2023 because in 2021 he went for treatment here. You can raise some of those issues, but you can't ignore the facts and create your own set of facts as a journalist and publish that and turn that into a narrative. You create your own set of facts. John Kumah was poisoned. He was poisoned by this person. And this person is the next to die. And that's how you do journalism? Is that how journalism works? It cannot work like that. You cannot ignore the facts. You can interrogate the facts. But the starting point of a journalist's work is the facts. That's the starting point. The starting point of a journalist's work is not to concoct. It's not to develop new facts that are not available, that do not exist. The starting point of a journalist's work is the raw facts. And then from the facts, you can interrogate it. But you don't ignore the facts. You don't ignore all of these things. So the facts continues that he was scheduled to continue active treatment in Germany on 12th of March 2024. He requested to be discharged so as to attend the Independence Day celebration in Ghana. His condition got critical, and unfortunately, on his way to Accra for treatment, he passed on the 7th of March 2024 at Suhum in the Eastern region. And that's how John Kumah'S life unfortunately ended. And as soon as John Kumah'S life unfortunately, tragically and painfully ends, Smart here says he was poisoned. He knows who poisoned him. He knows who put the food in the poison. He knows where the poison was prepared. He knows who is the next to die. That's not journalism. Is that journalism? The journalist must start the story from the facts. The facts arising out of the story is what you interrogate to make your conclusion. Now let's listen to what the lady said. Or first of all, let's see what the lady here, she was very perplexed by the conversation, very perplexed by the matter, felt that her husband's name was being dragged in the mud even though he's passed. And so she made an official report to the police about the fact that she's heard that somebody on radio says that she has the information. If we don't have the police one, do we have it? Let them tell you whether we have it or not. She made a quick report to the police. They'll put it up and then we can read a little bit of that. She made a report to the police. And then she granted an interview to Asase Radio and repeated the police action that she's taking to inform the police that Mr. Smart says that he has the information and therefore they should talk to him about it. Anyway, okay, it looks like they don't have it. They don't have it. Do they have it? If they have it, they should put it on. Let me just read it very quickly. Okay, so that's John Kumah. Do you have the statement? I wanted to read it. Yeah, but that's a photograph of the statement. Okay, if they don't have that,
Now, be in the name of journalism, cheap propaganda. Can some way speculate so our father. I don't know what that's to you. Anyway, nipa. Ebia nenye mikunu yare ne kuno. But the also onima te krono. Momo manena. Omomo tia e manipa no. MP na Captain Smart emechire me. Kameta na se. Pass otimi yi evidence ni yi nipa ni pie ma me anka meta na se. Eja me ni mikunu said the American na ati yare ba me na me ni na ko Germany. Ebra ye ko pray. Ye minim doctor bi anka nkyere me da. Se poison ba akumpa ko mikunu moja mu. Ye minim ni se yade ene ye diagnose ye. We around August. And I yedi echira na yako. Inti doctor bia me day one I've been me a part of the medical team both Germany and this place. Obi no ka kire me da say poison. Me medical reports I will have both from Germany and this country in can poison yourself. Obi can food poison. And say, I am a mama. Ye, me dear, send them it here. Minimi adia kubikunu. Any poison. Me a sofo. Me injina ha pe cheap. Fe enfan jeshe. Inti adi nkumikunu menka se kuno.
So that's what the lady told Asase Radio. That's what she told Asase Radio. She gave the story as we've narrated. This is what happened. So she wants to know about poisoning. And then guess what? On radio, after she spoke on radio, she's being attacked. Why is she talking on radio? She should go and be a widow. And I don't even know what has become of Ghanaians. Where is all our empathy? Is gone because it's an election year. There's no empathy. Everybody's callous because it's an election year. You tell a widow that go away, stop talking. Have you put yourself in his shoes? The point about empathy of our culture in Ghana, why we die when somebody cries, it's not so much that we know the person, it's that we put ourselves in the shoes of the family who have lost the person. That if it was you, how would you feel? That's why people cry at funerals. That's the empathy. It's a culture of our people. Where has it gone to? Because it's election year, because it's politics, because it's radio politics. Anybody talks to the widow anyhow? Have you put yourself? She were your sister, she were your auntie, she were your mother, she was your sister's friend. Is that how you talk to her? Because you are telling people that her husband is being poisoned, and she says that's not the facts that are available to me. The facts available to me are not about poisoning. Listen to Captain Smart's response to her this morning. Listen to it.
He said, number one, what I was here, so terminal ailment, but your terminal ailment, you know, terminal joke when I was hired and I said, you need a man in here. What's that when I was here? Someone I know. Eti mami kurani wo kwa wari John Kuma no was ayare no sam koye interview biom
Tiutas we are the obi na document
ana se wo wari ni wie ye no ena mumie no akwantuo no mu no onya asayare no me busaw
onua
me ti wei me carpenter wo kunu ye minister me yan central ni me busa kosa ti me busa wasem
onua
ena John Kuma eye me tax na editua neka
onua
Ghana for tax na editua neka
ye adwiri mu
ena wo dibi
onua ma chi o
eti maami e me na me feed you chop money na wo kunu yi no tax wo mu wasa na editua neka ti me busaw wo se wo kunu terminal ailment terminal illness, terminal disease, and a kuno. Wani. Pacho, who want to know what's higher? And I wouldn't movie.
And then I mentioned, and I'm doing well. Don't take shot and take madness.
That you won't want John Kuma. Only no was terminal ailment. Na.
Yamachio.
I then no nya. When I met me at the Ghana for.
I just
because when I was here, someone in the Titambia, baby, or could be account, and so Tamalani Kumase, no, can't quit now when you hobby.
I just
So, viewers, you heard it. Is that the proper way for a journalist to talk to a widow, or because it's an election year? A widow says, my husband died from a terminal illness diagnosed in 2023, and then you're asking her she should come back and do an interview and tell what food he ate before he got the terminal illness. What is the meaning? Is that the media that we are happy about? Is that the media that we're happy about? Media that doesn't do critical thinking, they just peddle gossip. That's media. Anyway, you send your text to how you look at it. How you look at it, I don't know, but how you look at it, you have to look at it and decide how you look at it. And thank God we're getting quite a lot of views on social media, and we appreciate it that people want to listen to some of these things. We don't have all the answers, but we have ways and mechanisms to ventilate the issues and set up a discussion, a conversation towards nation building. Yes, it may be biased towards free SHS. Yes, it will be biased towards one district, one factory, because free SHS and one district, one factory are correct programs that we will support to the hilt. That's not politics. That's policy. That's not politics, it's policy. That's what journalism is about. But what is this? Ignore the set of facts, develop your own set of facts, and then you channel a narrative out of that because it suits a certain political party. They are happy about it, and nobody's talking about the standards that are being crucified